Hi, this is Brad from Pro Wrestling Junkies, and welcome to another episode of Toilet Side Wrestling Talk. Today's guest hails from Italy and began wrestling in 2016. She was trained by Mr. Excellent, Queen Maya, Ricky, and Soraya Knight. She's worked for such promotions as Rising Sun Wrestling, Mayhem Wrestling, Union of European Wrestling Alliances, and of course, Italian Championship Wrestling, where she's the current women's champion. Shared the ring with likes of Queen Maya, Chantel Jordan, Jokey, Jesse Jones, Mary Cooper, Max Peach, to name a few. So let's welcome today's guest, again, all the way from Italy, La Femme Fatale, La Prima della Classe, Electra. Hi, Electra, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Now, I need to clarify something because I've done this once before. I just need to clarify that in that intro, that is not me. My mom has inquired about that. It's definitely not me. I'm dressed, you can't see, but head to toe. I just near a toilet. It's like over there. So I'm not recording from a toilet. I'm fully clothed. So I just want to get that out there for everybody. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you. Yeah.
Where
enjoying
are
the
you?
weekend.
Yeah.
I'm in Italy. I live in Varese, which is a city in the north of Italy, about
Okay.
an hour from Milan.
And how is the COVID situation there?
Not looking good, to be honest. We are very, very slow with the vaccine campaign.
Okay.
So we still have lots of restrictions. So it's not really looking good.
It's so awful. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember when it first started and like, this couldn't last a year, could it? And now it's, so
Yeah.
has that like restricted, your being able to wrestle a bunch?
So I only had 2 matches last year, sorry.
Yeah.
And so I don't consider last year as the year of wrestling.
Didn't you win your championship last year? Or was it
I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
so there's a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, there's a positive side of the whole situation.
Yeah, but would you rather not have a championship but would have been able to wrestle all year? Which it might be a dumb question. Okay.
No, definitely.
Before we get into your background and all that stuff, did you watch WrestleMania? Like, are you a fan still?
Not fully.
Okay.
But I watched some matches. Yes.
Oh, I need to make clear again. If I ask like ignorant sounding questions, it's just that I don't know a ton about Italy. So don't get offended if I ask like a strange, dumb question. And feel free to call me dumb. Everyone in my home does, so don't worry about that. Do you guys have? Is the WWE Network available in Italy?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I think I don't have it, but yes, it is available. Yeah.
Okay, and okay, here's my first dumb question, or maybe second. Is wrestling as popular in Italy as it is in the United States? Can you tell?
No, sadly not. It's really not considered in Italy.
Oh, really? So I'm going to have a ton of questions then as we go on. So, okay, when little Electra, when she was a little girl, where did you grow up? Is it where you are now?
Yes. I was born here and grew up here. Yes.
And so how far to like, how big is your, where you live, town-wise, size?
Well, it's smaller than Milan, but it is quite a big city, actually.
Oh, okay. And then do wrestling events go through there, like say like WWE, just for example?
Yes, they came in near Milan sometimes.
Okay. And did you go to that?
Yes.
Oh.
I went to as many as possible. Yeah.
Are fans different, like at shows than say here, for example? Because I know in Japan they're different and.
No, I mean I think the main difference is that we have less fans.
Okay.
And it's I think the perception that people have of wrestling is different. I mean, in America, I think it's much more important that it is now. It is here. Um, but at live events, you usually find fans of
Mhm.
wrestling, so it's we chant, we cheer. So I would say it's pretty much the same.
Oh, okay. And so when you were a little girl, even like you say through like high school and such, what was your personality like? Were you
Oh,
like an introvert, an extrovert?
yeah, no, I was extremely shy and introvert. Yeah,
Did you have siblings?
I do. I have a sister, a younger sister.
Okay. So how did wrestling come onto your radar? Like without it being a big thing there and
Well, actually, when I started watching wrestling, it was really famous here in my country.
okay.
I think I was about 7, 8 years old, and it was really a big thing. We also had an episode of Raw in Milan,
Oh, okay.
so yeah, it really was a big thing uh, years ago.
And
But
was your
that
family into it? Like was this something you
no,
guys watched together?
um, yeah, but they're not really big fans. So it was me and my sister mainly.
Do you remember like what you saw for the first time?
Well, when I was a kid, I don't have many memories. I
Okay.
do remember very well a storyline between Booker T and oh gosh, I don't remember the name. Um, oh my God, it's the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that.
I
That was
don't know
around rest.
why I remember that storyline so well, and I remember I would imitate Boogeyman. He
Uh-huh.
had this strange walk, and I would follow my sister around the house with
Oh, that's
that walk.
funny.
Yeah.
Did 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 that like hook you where you would watch it regularly? I mean, when you first saw wrestling?
Sorry, can you repeat?
So the first time you saw wrestling, did that hook
Yeah.
you to the point you were watching it, weekly or regularly?
Yeah, I think so. As I said, I don't really have many memories of when I
Yeah.
was a kid, and at some point, I stopped watching it for some years. The passion came when I was about 14 and 15. I came across wrestling again on TV, and
Hmm.
that's when I really started to be addicted to it.
Now, is this something that, like, as you got old, like, in your teenage years, was this something that you were open with, like, that you liked wrestling and, like, or like, would people who you were growing up with be shocked that you became a pro wrestler?
Yeah.
They'd be
Well,
shocked.
first of all, because they didn't expect that from me,
Uh-huh.
because as I said, I'm pretty shy and introvert. So,
Yeah.
um, and they would always say that I am too small to be a wrestler. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Did you
And
play any athletics in growing up?
I've done different sports. I did swimming for
Hmm.
10 years. Um,
Oh,
I
wow.
did volleyball. I did dance. Um,
What kind of
I mean, I
dance?
did a lot of things. Latin American,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And then before wrestling, I did savate, which is a French kickboxing.
Oh, wow. And
Yeah. So
how did you come to that? I just don't like, like thinking of an introvert, I don't imagine like taking bold steps like kickboxing.
I don't know. I've always been interested in those kind of sports and
Hmm.
martial arts, and I think I see them as a way for me to step out a little bit and just feel more confident, more stronger.
Sure. Now, was that like a good outlet, like if you wanted to take out aggression?
Sorry, can you repeat?
So the kickboxing, was it a good
Yeah.
outlet for letting out aggression? Like you're
Oh yeah,
angry about something?
yeah, definitely. It was a good way to get the stress out, but also try to learn to be aggressive when you need to in life.
Sure.
So
So at what age did you say, you know what, I'm going to look for a trainer to become a pro wrestler?
when I was about 14, 15, when
Okay.
I started watching wrestling again. But the problem is
Mhm.
that in Italy we have very few wrestling schools. Um,
Okay.
so
What
I
did your
found
parents
one.
say about this?
Mm, so they didn't really like that because they were afraid that I would get hurt.
Okay. Like physically get hurt?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, they support me anyways. So they always tell me, be careful, but if you want to do it, do it.
So you're 14 or 15, and that's when you start looking for a trainer? So
Yes.
how far did you have to go? And how many did you contact before you found the right one?
So the school was, I think, about an hour from where I live. So
Okay.
not that much, but I was young and I didn't have a driving license, of course. So um, that
Is
was
this
just
some
a
Are the schools something that you like look up online and identify? Okay.
yes. I looked up on the internet
Uh-huh.
because I really had no idea if there was something in Italy.
And at that point, did you have any contacts with anybody that is in the wrestling industry at that point?
I did. I sent an email to this wrestling school. I asked them if there was a gym
Hmm.
uh, in a different location where I could go.
Yeah.
They, uh, they said no. Uh,
Great.
they said that here in Italy, um, lots of trainees they travel a lot
Hmm.
because because we have few wrestling schools, we have to travel. That's
Sure. And at the different wrestling schools, do they teach a different way? Is there a different style that you want to get exposed to?
I don't. I only know my wrestling school, to be
Okay.
honest, and it's the. I think it's the most known in
Hmm.
Italy. It has 20 plus years of history.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, and we have very very experienced trainers and wrestlers.
So, so you contacted them, and did they tell you to come down to check it out first, or did you say, oh, I want to train?
Yeah, I mean, they said that I could go and have a try,
Mm-hmm.
have a free session and see how if I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
They told me that travel is uh, what everybody does
It
um,
has to.
to train. Yeah, but at that point it was just too hard for me. I was too young and I couldn't ask my parents to take me there every week. Um,
And
so I
drive
just
you home.
yeah.
So how'd you
So I
work
just
around that?
I had to wait. I told myself, okay, when I finish school, I will get my driving license and I will start training.
Oh,
And so in the meantime, I wanted to do something that could prepare me a little bit to
sure.
wrestling. And
Uh-huh.
that's when I started doing kickboxing.
And so once you got your driver's license, how far from where you were living to where you're training? Like how long of
Uh,
a car ride is that?
about an hour.
Oh gosh, so it was. And how often were you going to training?
It's once a week. It's two,
Okay.
but one is during the week, and because of the work and everything else, I can't go.
And the
So I
pandemic.
only, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So I only go on Sundays,
Okay.
and we
And
have a very long training from like 3 p.m. to 7 p.m.
oh wow, are you
Yeah.
exhausted by 7 p.m.?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. I want to go talk about the night before you went to training for the first time. Were you able to sleep that night? Or were you like anxious or nervous?
No, I am always very anxious,
Uh-huh.
and I think I was very scared.
Okay.
Um, 'Cause when I started my wrestling journey, I was very insecure. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
really believe in myself, so I was just terrified of having people laugh at me, or just failing, not being able to do uh, anything.
At
Um,
that point, could you recognize at least that, oh, I'm taking a really big step out of my comfort zone, just even making arrangements? Could you recognize that, or were you more the anxiety
yeah,
took over?
no, the good thing about my anxiety is that it never takes over.
Oh,
I
great.
can, I can control it. I mean, I have it and I feel sick, but I can control it, and it doesn't stop me from doing things.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah.
Um, did you drive there for the first time by yourself?
But actually, I didn't start wrestling in Italy,
Mhm.
but I started in England because
Okay.
when I finished high school, I wanted to have this experience abroad because I love English, so I wanted to improve my
Sure.
speaking, and just wanted to have an international experience.
Sure.
So while I was in England, I took the opportunity to start wrestling. So I started there, and I didn't have a car over there,
Oh,
so
okay. And was that just once a week as well?
it was actually once a month.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Was that a
yeah, it
good
was a
way to
week.
ease into it?
At first, yes, but I think it's not enough. I mean, once a month is just it, you don't do much. So
Okay.
then you have to wait another month to
Yeah.
to have another train. So um,
Are there
I didn't
things
really
you
like.
can work on over that month from the last session?
Well, you could go to the gym. You
Hmm.
had the ring available, so you could go there and try anything you wanted to.
Okay. So on your first day, when you were going in, oh, through the door, did you feel you were physically ready based on
No.
just your, what you thought of like the business or training?
Um, I mean I was because I did kickboxing. I was kind of used to getting hit and
Hmm.
like having bruises and pain.
Sure.
Um,
And you had been in
but
a ring before.
yeah, but
Hmm.
I definitely wasn't prepared physically. I had never done anything in the gym before, so my muscles were not trained, and I didn't have much strength. So it was really tough,
Hmm.
uh, especially bumping. That was that's the hardest part, I think,
I was
to
just
to
about to
get
ask
used.
you what the hardest part is that first day. Do you remember your first bump?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Oh, really?
I, you know, the my first bumps, I had a problem with my breath. I
Okay.
couldn't breathe out, so I mm, I missed my breath basically.
Okay.
Um, and it was really hard. I had to get used to breathe correctly when I was bumping. That was
Okay.
really hard.
And you can know like head injuries from it.
I never had an head injury, thankfully.
Oh, hun, let me
But
get back.
sometimes,
Go on.
no, I mean sometimes it happened that I hit with my head.
Hmm.
But thankfully, I never had any injury.
So your parents' fear of you getting injured hasn't come to fruition, and I'm knocking on wood right now for superstition purposes. Um,
Yeah.
is it does anyone get bumping like on the first try?
Um, well, I yeah, I think so. I mean, um, it's at the end of the day, you just have to fall
Sure.
and remember to tuck your head in, and so it's not really. I guess of course, at the beginning you're scared because you're scared of getting hurt.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe you just fall very slow, you know. It just gets a little bit of trainings to just do it like easy and fast. And
Do you think that if you were in the passenger seat of a very slowly moving car, you could kind of jump out the door and roll and land in a safe way than say someone like me who has no experience? Would that be any advantage?
I don't know. I mean, in that situation, I don't know how I would react. I think if
Okay.
it's a matter of life or death, yeah, I would definitely jump. But I think, yeah, I mean, even, when you're in the house and maybe you just fall or something like that,
Yeah.
it becomes, it's natural for me to, just turn my head. And,
Yeah. I had a friend when I was like in high school, right before I got a driver's license, who the only way he would drive me home from school was if he didn't have to stop his car passing my house. So he would slow down and I'd have to jump out of the car. But it was worth it at the time. Okay. Who told you you were ready for your first match? Did someone tell you, or did you go to somebody and say, I think I'm ready for my first match?
no, I was told. It actually happened after 2 months, only 2 months of
Oh,
training.
wow.
Yeah, I was terrified, to be honest. I didn't expect it. Um, I was really scared. I remember I went to the bathroom and I started crying because I
Oh,
didn't want to
wow.
do it. Yeah.
Did you have
Um,
any thought of like, I'm just going to leave?
I had, but I
Uh-huh.
didn't because it wasn't going to be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
I had people with more experience in front of me telling me that they wanted me to have a match because they thought that I was ready.
Yeah.
So I couldn't say no.
Yeah, because
So
they know better than someone who's
yeah,
resting for them. Oh, I forgot to ask this. When you were training, initially early on, was there anyone else training at your level as well at the time?
yeah. We had two different groups. One with people that had just started.
Okay.
So I usually trained with them. So it was easier, to be on the same level as everybody else. It was
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was easier also as a mental level,
Yeah.
not having the pressure to see other people doing awesome things and you being just at a very low level.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that must take like a weight off, that you're not competing against people who have been in the ring, for years. Um,
Yeah.
is Italian Championship Wrestling, is that the biggest in Italy promotion?
Yes, it is. Yes.
And how do you go from, having your first match to working for, a promotion of that size? Is it just like you have
So
to
I
put in a lot of matches and like send them tapes, or what are the equivalent of tapes?
no, I mean it was easy, to be honest. I already knew people inside ICW, so
Okay.
uh, when I came back home, I just talked with them, and
Hmm.
they told me to come over and train with them, and that's how it started.
And where's like that main base located in relation to where you are?
The city is called Lodi,
Okay.
and that's where I train. But
Hmm.
there are different gyms in
Okay.
different cities as well. I think about four uh, four different cities.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that like, are you like really happy you've made it all the way up there in 4 years?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, um, I think I've had many opportunities in ICW, and I was able to have some abroad as well. I
Hmm.
am happy where I am right now, but I think I have to do so much more. I don't have so much experience, so I think I have a lot to do still.
And like, can you not like book yourself in places this like down the road because you have no idea if there's gonna be shows?
You mean in Italy or abroad?
We're at like anywhere like that you would choose to wrestle.
Well, in Italy, I mean, I always wrestle for ICW. I actually in 2020, what I wanted to do was to go abroad more, have travel more and try to train in different countries and also try to wrestle if I had the chance to.
Can you tell if there was a different style between when you were training in England and training in Italy?
Yeah, in England it's a lot more technical.
Okay.
We would have like full training sessions of only chain wrestling.
Okay.
So that was the main difference. They do a lot of that style.
Okay.
Here in Italy, it's we don't do much chain, so that's the main difference.
Now, you only wrestled twice that year, and the year you won your championship. Everything else aside, do you have the belt? Like literally, like have it this whole year?
I do, yeah.
Do you ever okay, let me back up. So the night you won it and you left the ring and went back, how quickly did you go to a mirror to see what it looked like on you?
Straight after.
Straight after? And did you put it around your waist as well?
Yeah, and I started asking people to take pictures.
Yeah, I bet. Have you ever slept with it? And not in a weird way, but put it on the pillow next to you or put it on your night table, wake up to it?
No, I'm not at that level, but...
Okay, and then the last question regarding this. Have you ever had dinner with your belt? Meaning you're at your dinner table, the belt's there, maybe some other people, nothing like that? No. Okay.
No.
Why would that be obnoxious? If they found out you were doing that kind of stuff?
I don't know. I mean, I just keep it in my closet, in a very nice place, and I just make sure that nothing happens.
Does it have a nice bag? Like that,
yes.
Like a felt type thing. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. How many pieces of ring gear do you own?
Only 2.
Was it fun picking the stuff out? Or did you design them?
Yes, I did have an idea in my head. I draw it, and then I asked for.
And does it come out did it come out the way you wanted, or do you have to send it back for adjustments and stuff?
Yes, I did send it back for adjustments a couple of times because the bottom was not fit correctly.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I took the measures by my own.
Okay.
So I think that's I think it's better when they take measures by who makes the costume because
sure.
They know exactly what they need.
What's the most expensive piece of ring gear that a wrestler would wear, like boots or the outfit?
I think the boots are really expensive.
Okay.
I don't have a pair of boots made for wrestling.
Okay.
I would love to. I'm thinking about that, but I think those are the most expensive. But I mean, it depends what kind of gear you create.
Yeah. Because I imagine that would be kind of fun, picking out the stuff and designing it. Okay, have you ever been to the United States?
Sorry?
Have you been to the United States?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I've been twice, yeah.
Okay, so in Italy...
New York.
Oh, is going to the United States a vacation? Is it... do you ever go somewhere...
I lost your the connection.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you go to the United States like for vacation? Like where, like maybe like in New York, like go to the beach or that kind of relaxing vacation, or is it just more like a trip?
No, I actually, the first time I went there, it was with the school. It was a school
Okay.
trip, and I was hosted 2 weeks by a local family.
Oh, cool.
Uh, and
Were
the
they
second
nice to
time,
you?
yeah, they were really
Okay.
nice. I'm still in contact with them. And the second time that I went to New York, I saw them.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you still keep in
And
touch?
yes, yes, yes. Sometimes, yes. And
Just
the second time I went to WrestleMania 35.
oh,
Yeah,
was this planned? Was
yeah,
it planned? Oh my gosh.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. Let's back. So, what was that weekend like? WrestleMania. I obviously you probably hadn't been to another WrestleMania.
That was my first WrestleMania. It was insane. I booked the package with all the shows inside. I
Oh
wanted
wow.
the full experience, and it
Oh, so were
really
there
was.
meet and greets?
Yes, everything.
Okay, I won't keep you and ask you every single person. What was like the coolest picture you got with somebody, or the one that
I
meant the
think
most to you?
I think the one with Seth Rollins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Is
I
he
think
your
that
favorite?
yeah is one of my
Do you,
favorites. Yeah.
do you resent Becky Lynch?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I like her. I like her.
Yeah. Um. Oh my gosh. So, where did you have? What were your seats like? Were you like real high up or close
No,
or
I
in
was actually
between?
no, I was pretty close. I was not I don't know how to call it. I was not on the floor. I
Uh,
was a little higher, but
Okay.
I was really close. I mean, I my view was amazing, really.
Did you? Who did you go with?
I went with two friends.
Okay.
Two they are wrestlers as well.
Oh, okay. So they were looking forward to it as much as you would be.
Yeah.
It's not like you taking your mom, to
Oh
WrestleMania
no.
and dragging her there. What was I forget? What was the main event for that WrestleMania?
It was Becky Lynch,
Oh,
Charlotte, and Ronda Rousey. Yeah.
oh, that was a great one. Oh, is female wrestling or say intergender wrestling popular in Italy?
No, not really.
Not.
As popular as normal wrestling.
Yeah. So there's not many female wrestlers.
No, in ICW we are, I think, 4 or 5,
Okay. So
like
do you
that.
ever
So
have to then do intergender matches?
it happened a few times.
Okay.
I wish to, I would like to do more,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, we're always the same 4 girls having matches together. So it would be
Yeah.
nice to change a little bit and have
Is it
a different
difficult?
match.
Is it difficult when you're just working with, 4 or 5 other, girls? Um, is it hard to make the matches different from one another? Like if you say there's one person and you have to, wrestle them 5 times, is it difficult to make each match different?
Um, I think sometimes yes, because we have our moveset and our moves that we like to do.
Hmm.
Um, so we always want to put those moves in all of our matches. So we have to sometimes we have to change and maybe have a completely different match with a different style.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. How often
yeah,
do you add to your move set?
uh, I I don't know. I mean, I every time I see something on TV, something that I
Uh-huh.
like, I go to training and I try it.
Hmm.
So um, yeah, I mean it's pretty often.
Okay. All right. This is your last wrestling related question. Um, So when people hear the word the name Electra, what do you want them to think?
So I want them to think about a wrestler who's really confident and who is aggressive and someone that will do anything to win and to be better than anybody else. That's pretty much my gimmick.
That's what you. Well, you're well on your way. Can I ask you 5 yes or no questions that have nothing to do with wrestling?
Okay.
And these have been approved by my wife because at a certain point I had to start reading them to her to make sure they weren't weird or completely inappropriate. So these have been approved by a 45-year-old female who has her head on mostly straight. Okay. Have you ever gone to an Italian restaurant not in Italy?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever drank a glass of ocean water?
I don't know what ocean water is.
Salt water?
Salt water.
Mm-hmm. Like, is it the
No,
Mediterranean Sea, is that salty? Like, if you drank it, would you get sick?
Yes.
Okay, for 9 million euros, would you give up wrestling and move to North Korea?
No.
Okay. Can you call me something negative in Italian, like Brad is a big-nosed fool?
You want the full sentence or?
Oh, yeah. Brad is a big-nosed fool.
I don't know what nose fool means, so I would say something else.
Like an idiot. A big-nosed idiot.
Okay. Brad è veramente uno stronzo.
Oh, thank you. That was an honor. I appreciate that. Okay, the last one. Is there any circumstance where you'd marry a 90-year-old?
No.
There's no circumstance at all.
At all.
Okay, well, what happens if they'd expire after, say, 6 months of your marriage? Would you then, and you would probably get something in the form of a will? Would that change your answer?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, today we learned that Electra has an age limit on people that she's courting. She called me a big-nosed fool or an idiot, and she wouldn't move to North Korea even for a lot of money. Electra, it was so great having you on. Thank you so. I really do appreciate it. It's in the evening where you are, correct?
It's it's almost 7 p.m.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, especially on a Saturday evening. I would love to have you on again when you get your schedule up and going. I'll keep checking, and hopefully you'll will want to come on again.
Yeah, sure. And thank you for this opportunity. This is the first interview that I have in English, so it's a good thing to do.
My pleasure. I was really looking forward to this. After all that time, I still was really looking forward to this. And I'm glad that we were able to get it done. And this will be up on Tuesday. And I'll promote it and I'll tag you. And if you want me to send you anything, you got it.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Well, you take care. Have an awesome rest of the weekend. And we'll talk soon.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.